Just take a deep breath and relax, because guess what? All of us was there. We all started as a novice nurse. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Lori. I am a family nurse practitioner, and today I am talking to all my new grad nurses. It is graduation season, and I actually graduated from nursing school in May of 2010. Wow, it's been 10 years since I've graduated from nursing school, and I wanted to give you guys a couple of advice that I think will help you as you embark on this crazy roller coaster world of nurses. So let's get started. First thing I want to say is congratulations to you. You did it. You made it to the end. A lot of us go to nursing school and we pray to God that we just make it out alive. So congratulations and welcome to nursing. Tip number one that I want to give to all my new grad nurse is take a deep breath. Yes. Take a deep breath. Breathe. Relax. When you go on and you get that first job and you are working and you're being precepted, orientated, just take a deep breath and relax, because guess what? All of us was there. We all started as a novice nurse. Even that preceptor that's probably giving you a hard time, guess what? She too, he too was a novice nurse. And it's gonna take you, it's gonna be a while before you become an established, seasoned nurse. So just take a deep breath and relax. That's my first tip to you. My tip number two for all my new grad nurses is write everything down. Yes, write it all down. Do not show up to orientation just looking cute with your stethoscope around your neck and your cute scrubs and your face beat for the gods, because it's more than that. So make sure you have your little pocket notepads or whatever to write things down. As a new grad nurse, there's a lot of things that are going to be thrown at you. Different policies for that unit, different things that you have to do. And you don't want to not remember the things that you need to be doing on a daily basis or even on an hourly basis, whatever unit you go and work on. So just have a little notepad to write it down. Nothing is wrong with writing things down. You're still in the learning phase of nursing school. Yes, nursing school gave you that degree, but now you are in the phase of hands-on. Word to the wise, write it down. Tip number three, do not be afraid to say I do not know. I see this a lot from my new grad nurses that begin working, and they don't want to say they don't know something. Even when they're off orientation, they really don't want to say they don't know, in fear that they're going to be looked at as stupid or the nurse who's just not going to make it through this orientation. No, you do not want to act like you know something when you don't know. And like I said in the beginning, that preceptor who's precepting you, trust me, you think she knew everything when she became a nurse? No, it's a learning process and a learning curve. And actually, it shows that you are willing to learn what you need to learn to move on to become that seasoned, experienced, and knowledgeable nurse that you will become. And it's dangerous also for you to act like you know something and you do something that will potentially harm your patient. So please do not hesitate to say you do not know something. There's nothing wrong with that. There were so many times when I was on orientation that I said, well, I don't know how to do that. How does that work? Okay, because nothing is wrong with that. You don't know, you do not know. Do not be the over cocky, overconfident nurse who just think they know it all fresh out of nursing school and you harm a patient. It's not a good look. It's not. Tip number four, I would definitely recommend getting a work buddy. Let me tell you something. Nursing thrives on teamwork, and whether you're a new grad or an experienced nurse, a work buddy is going to be your saving grace and your sanity when you are working. I found that when I was a brand new grad, I actually had work buddies. I had people who were new grads that I could talk to, and then I also had seasoned nurses on that unit that I could also talk to, because I wanted to surround myself with people who I was comfortable with, who I was comfortable talking to and working with, so that number one, I can openly say to them, you know what, help me to do this, help me to do that. I'm stressed out about this. I'm not gonna make it. What is going on with this? So a work buddy, I would definitely suggest try to get a work buddy, a friendly face, a friendly person who you can just shoot the breeze with and say, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed, or am I doing it right? What's going on? And even when you're a seasoned nurse, how many of you literally, there's certain people that you just work with and you work better with? It makes your 12-hour period go by way faster. When I was a brand new grad, I literally would make my schedule around the schedule of some of the nurses, because I knew some of the other nurses, like, listen, if I show up and I work 3 12-hour shifts with these people, it's going to cause a problem. It's going to be the death of me. It's not, basically not gonna work. I would look at the schedule and we would all try, it was a group of us really, who would really all try to make our schedules together. I know sometimes it is not going to work out that way and you do need to know how to work with people. Yes, I get that. But some people, trust me, it just make your shift a whole lot easier and less stressful. My final tip for you is this. If you are a new grad nurse and you're being precepted orientated by a preceptor who is making you uncomfortable, you're afraid to say you don't know something, you are scared of how they're talking to you and handling whatever, any situation, you need to ask your manager to change that preceptor. And this is a big thing because this will kind of make you or break you. When I was a brand new nurse, I kind of experienced this with my preceptor. I went to the ICU as a brand new nurse. On day shift, I was precepted by this awesome guy, like truly awesome. And then when I rotated to midnights, of course, they still put you on orientation, not as long as day shift, but they still put you on orientation on midnights so that you kind of get acclimated to how they do things on midnight. And the preceptor that I had on midnight was a total nightmare. She was one of those older seasoned nurses who just hated the fact that, number one, I was a new grad in the ICU, and number two, for other reasons unknown to me. I probably know, but I just don't want to say. But she was not really precepting me. She would sit down at the desk, she would just look at my charting, she would be writing things down. I was totally uncomfortable with this lady. I never wanted to say, okay, how do I do this? I don't remember how to do this. And that's how my work buddy came in, because honestly, I had one of my friends who was an ICU nurse on the same unit, and I would go, shout out to Latanya, I literally would be asking Latanya all the time, like, okay, is this how I'm supposed to do this? What happens now? And my sister was also a critical care nurse at another hospital. She was a nurse for like 2 years already. I would text my sister and call my sister and ask her things as well. I should have said, you know what, get rid of this preceptor, but I knew my time with her was not going to be a very long one because I precepted mostly on day shift already. So it was kind of like just acclimating to midnight shift, but I really should have been like, she needs to go, because honestly, if she was the person precepting me on day shift, I would have to ask to give me somebody else, because it's counterproductive, and you're gonna be in a place and forced to put in a situation where they're gonna say, oh, she's not making it through her orientation. And this actually happened to one of the young men who was hired in, I think 3 of us new grads was hiring at the same time, and they pretty much said he didn't make it through orientation. And I think a lot of this have to do with the preceptors that they're choosing a lot of times for new nurses. Some people that are precepting really should not be precepting new grad nurses. Number one, some of them can't be bothered. Some of them, they just don't want to remember what position they were in, like they were also in that same situation. So definitely, if you got a preceptor who ain't making you feel comfortable, that preceptor has got to go. So those are my, I think I gave 5. So those are only 5 tips that I have for all of you new grad nurses. Welcome again to the field of nursing, and I wish you guys all the best. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I thank you so much for watching this video. Bye guys.